What's good? I'm Skip.
And I'm DJ.
And this is another episode of DeCypher. And today we are continuing the TDE celebration or appreciation series of episodes with the latest album from Ab Soul, Herbert. like cut name Herbert. Herbert Anthony. This is I think the fourth studio album from Ab Soul.
Yeah.
Tied to the TDE imprint. For those who don't know, Ab Soul is only signed to TDE. He is not signed to a major label. He is still technically, for all intents and purposes, an independent artist. He had been away for 6 years prior to this. The last project he dropped was Do Without Wilt in 2016. And he is back. He left a little baggage. He left the conspiracy theories hype alone and got to a more grounded album that we are more than excited to talk about today, because the one thing that he did not leave was the bars.
Yeah.
And before we get into all of that, I'm going to ask you, how you doing today, brother?
Man, I'm happy to be here, man. This is a really, really great album that I had a good time with. So this episode, I mean, yeah, we're going to break it down, but I just more so just talk about it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's one of those albums that you will have a good time listening to it. So.
And like you said, talk about it, because he left so much to discuss, and I'm sure we won't get to it all today, but we're going to do our best to give y'all as much as we can and let Ab Soul do the rest. So without any further ado, let's talk about the initial thoughts of the album. Like I said earlier, he brought the bars. And even though I didn't hear all 2000 albums that came out last year, from what I heard, I think this is lyrically the best album from 2022. Yeah. I think I feel comfortable in saying that with the albums that I heard. This is a more self-focused album, I feel like, than a lot of projects that he's put out previously. This is, like I said, more self-focused. It's an everyman album. It's very, very relatable. And for the fans of Ab Soul that really enjoyed the Control System project, this has a lot of the musical taste that you enjoyed. The way he was able to make such obscure and like over the head type concepts palatable, like with songs like Bohemian Grove and stuff like that. Like, he's not discussing those same elements, but he's still able to be as deep as he wants to be lyrically and create very digestible and enjoyable content. What are some of your initial thoughts?
When I listened to this album, he made very deep concepts or very deep thoughts sound simple and not as deep as you would think they would be.
Yeah.
Like, he talked about suicide at least 4 or 5 times on this album, but the way that it's packaged and put it together, like, you would totally miss that. Yeah. Like, you don't even realize, like, how much of his soul, like, he's really bearing, like, on this album, because he went through a lot of emotion. He got a lot of trauma in there. You know what I'm saying? They're having to adjust to so many different things, growing pains with getting older, your body, your vision change, like all that kind of stuff. Like, he said it, but like I said, if you weren't really like trying to catch it, you would have never caught, like, as far as like the trauma that he's really placed into this album.
It was a lot of like, oh, by the way type shit.
Yeah.
But the disease that he was talking about that he contracted, he caught it at 10. Yeah. And it did a lot to him, including affecting his eyesight. And that's where Black Lip Pastor come from, because that's a symptom of the condition that he has too, like to do whatever it did to his lips. Along with intensely affecting his eyesight. And that's why every time you see him, he got on shades and shit like that. But he said, and of course we're gonna get into everything. What he said? He said, doctor said I'm gonna need 2 corneas. I'd rather that than a corner. You know what I'm saying? It's like, that just goes to show like how he was like, hey man, like, it happened. it's moments on here where he dwells and stuff, but like the way he presents it, he doesn't like sit in it too long.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm trying to say.
He threw it on the wall and it like just, hey, we'll come back to that, or I don't want to discuss it in, long, like it's like long story, less long type stuff.
Yeah.
Like you're gonna hear how I felt about it. I'd rather talk about how I felt about it or what some of the conditions that could cause this are, as opposed to just straight up what happened.
Right.
Who went last? Who went first last with the favorite songs? Did you go first last time?
I don't know. I'll go first.
Okay.
Let's see. Like I said, this album is 18 songs long. And listening to this album, it doesn't feel like it's 18 songs long. Like, that's how much I actually truly enjoyed the project. But I'll probably say a couple of my favorite songs is Go Off. That's the song he had with Russ and Big Sean. Shout out to Big Sean, bro. Like, I'm tired of people playing with your name in terms of like your lyricism, bro. You really brought it on that verse, bro. Like, hands down is one of my favorite verses on the album. Shout out to Big Sean. Hollandaise is another one of my favorite songs on there. Do Better is probably my favorite out of all the songs. Like, that's my number one, like, hands down.
Come on, Herb.
Positive Vibes Only. Message in the Bottle, the intro song, and Herbert.
Okay. Mine were sorry, y'all. My favorite songs were No Report Card, Hollandaise, Do Better, The Wild Side featuring Janae Aiko, Herbert, and Church on the Move.
Yeah. Wild Side grew on me.
Yeah. When I listened to it, I was like, that gotta go on there.
Yeah.
I like when he's like not. I'm trying to see how I want to say this. I like when he get in that bag where he's not like super duper serious about super duper serious shit.
Yeah.
And he's able to like just make up tempo beats. I mean up tempo tracks about these type of things. Like I said, he's like the not perfect, but he's a really good match of like commercializing depth.
Yeah.
Of course he's still on that like walking that line between independent, like underground artists and mainstream. But for the people that he service, he is very adept at being able to give the concepts along with making digestible music, especially on this album, and Control System. These days and Do What I Will were kind of more on the dense side, but this one was a very good balance. And I think a big reason for that balance was because it was extremely personal too.
Yeah.
But yeah, since we already talked about it, let me see what my favorite song is.
Yeah, mine just Do Better.
It's between Do Better and Hollandaise.
Yeah. The way his flow on Hollandaise is crazy, bro. Like just how like tattooed he is to the beat, bro.
Hell yeah.
That's what I really like the most about that song, bro. Cause like he was just like, I mean, of course we're gonna definitely get to the bars. Cause I got bars, I think off that song too. But I just like the reason why I like the song, just how he was just really attached to the beat, and he just kept on going. I'm just like, yeah. Like when I was like, whenever I'm lifting weights or hooping, like it give me like that burst of energy when I hear it. Just how he rapping on that song.
Yeah, so. he definitely slid all over this beat. Especially when the beat changed and he went through like the history of how he like transitioned from Herbert into Ab-Soul. Yeah. And it all started from a vision and him seeing the signs and being able to pick up on them and understand that there could be a place for him in this as a professional. And then, no pun intended, he said, henceforth he stole the show.
Okay.
So yeah, let's get to some of the themes and concepts before we get to the rap shit. Because these bars, man, they gonna take up a huge chunk of the a huge chunk of the episode. And for somebody like Ab-Soul, it's only right that we,
Gotta give him justice,
discuss as many bars as we can. Like the themes and concepts, gonna tie into it, but we gonna allow him to tell it through his words directly. So some of my themes was like I guess a reemergence. Mm-hmm. He bounced back in more ways than one, man. Like in this album, he talks about, like you said, like an attempted suicide, dealing with grief from losing people, being away from the rap game for so long. It was a lot riding on this project. Even just for him, like as a person, being able to get this stuff out.
Yeah.
So I definitely give him kudos on how he was able to come back and do an album that didn't really like discuss too tough, handling the pressure of that.
Yeah.
But while making it kind of apparent that was a thing that he was dealing with. Mm-hmm. His self-accountability and like rebuilding the spirit in hard times. Because by the time you get to positive vibes only, is that what it's called? Mm-hmm. I started feeling like I was listening to Kids See Ghosts a little bit. Like, and I only say that due to the fact of like how the progression of Kids See Ghosts was from them being weighed down by so much and then getting to a point of like them feeling like this immense sense of freedom.
I mean, I definitely hear the Cudi influence now that you say that.
Yeah.
On that song. So yeah, I guess that makes sense.
And I don't necessarily mean just like sonically. I mean just like how I felt when I heard it. Like, it's like, oh, this is his like, I'm on the other side of it type thing. Or I'm aspiring to see the other side of what this is. You know what I mean? So and that's kind of what I meant by saying that. What else I got? He was breaking tropes of who Ab-Soul is as an artist and who Herbert is as a man. It was a lot of mention from people close to him, like who they saw Herbert as. Yeah. And I feel like he took this time to really discuss and illustrate to the people who Herbert is and who Ab-Soul is.
Yeah. I definitely agree with a lot of those. But as I'm looking at it, we pretty much got the same thing. But another thing two more things. He really addressed a lot of survivor's guilt.
Yep.
On this project, as far as where he comes from, and I'm saying the same stuff that he was doing, the same shit that his partners do. And I mean, you hear about this a lot, but a lot of artists don't really express it in a way that makes it relatable. They more so use it as a flex. But the way he does it, he uses it like as a way to connect to his his homies back on that's still doing whatever. Yeah. Just let you know, like, I acknowledge the struggle. I acknowledge where you come from because I come from that same cloth.
We was doing the exact same shit.
You know what I'm saying? So don't get it twisted and think that like, oh, I'm better than you now type shit. Like, no, bro, I still feel you. I still hear you every single day of my life, bro. So just dealing with that, because even if he's not the mainstream artist, like, he's still bigger than most.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So like, he does have some type of clout. He does have followings. You know what I'm saying? So he acknowledges that, and I like the way that he does it in the album. Like, he doesn't use it like in the sense of like, I'm glad I made it out type. Well, I mean, he is, but like I said, he don't basically try to erase where he came from.
And he carries that with him, like you were saying.
Right.
And he also doesn't take his position in the game lightly.
Exactly.
His relationship with his fans and how people look to him as like, what he said, long lost lyricist. And then in Church on the Move, he was basically talking about, he looks at his artistry and his relation with the fans as like a moving ministry. Well, that's what I took it as. And like you said, like dealing with grief and survivor's guilt and stuff like that.
Complacency versus consistency.
And the process of coming back to life. You know what I mean? Because the song with Sir, he was like talking about
it'd be like
how everything was down and then it comes back up. And I think it's like he's understanding that there are ebbs and flows, and also like perception is reality depending on how badly you're willing to dive into the perception of things. So the world could be like, you could have the worst life on earth if you believe that, but you also could have the best one if you believe that. So, and I think that's where, as it led into Positive Vibes Only, where I started to feel like that feeling from Kids See Ghosts.
Yeah. And I think that's a good segue to go into, like, just to start off with the opening song with Message in a Bottle.
Let's do it, man. We doing rap shit?
Yeah, I mean, because this is gonna be kind of like rap shit, but at the same time, I feel as though addressing a lot of the shit that he wanted to address.
Okay. So we can do both at the same time.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Because like when the song opened up, you know, with his grandma with the verse, and I know we was talking about it before, like the episode started, but yeah, I did see an interview with Ab-Soul where he was basically saying like, you know, I'm ready for mine. You know what I'm saying? That type shit. I want the billboards. I want all this and this and that. But on this song, when she opens up, she be like, she gave him a verse, Mark 8:36. For what shall it profit a man if he should gain the whole world and lose his soul? And that's a balance, or it's like a situation that artists, especially trying to get to the top, have to deal with all the time. Because will you compromise your morals and your ethics to get where you want to be in the music game? Because it's so corrupt all the time. So I think this song, the opening song, this is just my interpretation of it. The fact that he already made that known, that he understands that I'm nowhere near like a Drake and or even his, you know, former label mate, a Kendrick, you know, something like that. You know, I think this song kind of addresses that. It's a message in the bottle to himself to basically stay on the path that he on and don't break the, like, you know, say don't fold, basic type shit. Let's see, let me go down here. Because yeah, he put an excerpt from his interview with the Joe Budden podcast when Rory and Mal was on there, and they addressed like his place in hip hop and TDE in general, because they were saying like, did TDE miss in terms of signing Ab-Soul or just signing artists in general to TDE? Because if you're not really tapped in, for the most part, the only person you know is Kendrick. You know what I'm saying? So, and they were saying like, to our standards as far as like the podcast, no, Ab-Soul is great. But to the masses, most people may not really understand or know who he is. And the fact that he took so long of a break between projects, it's easy to lose your place in an industry that's so fickle. You know what I'm saying? So I think this song right here, like, he really addressed that.
You said something there?
Like, right off the bat. So
first they love me, then they hate me, then they love me again. I'm scratching my head, I'm rubbing my chin. This ain't the way it was supposed to be. Supposedly, I'm close to an end. Don't push me. I'm close to the edge. I'm no rookie.
I'm a vet, bro.
Quit playing with me.
Like, that's what I'm saying.
Like, I'm really submitted. And the thing is, like you said, like the turn of the 2010s, especially like 2011, 2012, right before Good Kid, Mad City dropped. Yeah. There was this big surge in like anticipation for a Black Hip Hop project after they released, you know, a couple, you know, songs or whatever. Yeah. Excuse me. So people wanted to like hear them as a collective. And that was only because all four of those artists were so highly respected at the time and also going forward. But back then it was like everybody was like on their way up. And they all showed so much talent and diversity and still meshed well together. So to go from that to Kendrick blowing up into being named by, I think, Rolling Stones or somebody, the greatest rapper of his generation. Yeah. You know, like you said, like if you're not really tapped in, or if you like a casual or like one of those fans who's like so comfortable being told who to like, or, you know, addicted to the numbers game, like you may lose sight of an artist like Ab-Soul, as well as some other artists on TDE. But like musically, the goal is always to let that speak louder than anything else. But Ab-Soul is also aware of the fact that he has to play the game to get some of the accolades that he wants to get from the industry that he's put so much into. And that's why he was like, I wrote this message especially for you. So I'm just like, that shit hit, it's so clean. So, and I really just like how he uses his inspirations, because clearly
his grandmother is close enough to him to where, you know what I'm saying, he would even want to leak or put a conversation between them out like that. You know what I'm saying? And it applies directly to, I feel so, his place in the game. So I love this opening song. Like, it's probably one of the best intros to an album that I done heard. Definitely all the last year, that's for sure.
Yeah.
So I mean, like I said, we just finna go on, but I think Message in the Bottle is just staying on top of the subject like a CC.
Yeah. Oh, well, bro, we gonna get into these bars.
Like, man, this Message in the Bottle ain't gonna open itself. Like, what?
That niggas, hold on, he said something that I thought was dope that I did write down.
Excuse me.
What he said, we're gearing up for something major. You should stay in your lane. Try to hide your plane in God's reign. Amen. But the preparing for something major, in my opinion, based off what you were saying, is something.
I see it.
It could possibly be him signing to a major, but it also could be him just making a push to be more adamant about being visible and staying around and staying present to remain relevant, because that's a big part of relevance now. It really don't matter how good the quality is if you're not present to be in the people's faces as much as possible. So
is what have you done for me lately?
Exactly. So it's like, okay, 5 years ago they were saying Kendrick was the best rapper in the last 20 years. And then 2020, he fell off this, that, and the third. Then he popped back up in 2022 and dropped Mr. Morale.
Yeah.
And so it's that. They love me, they hate me, they love me again. So it's like, if I'm not around, you know, I'm not getting either. I'm being ignored and left behind. So I do feel that pressure and I'm aware of it. So with that, I'm making a full effort to, you know, thrust myself back into the conversation as not just one of the best lyricists, as not just an underground artist, but like one of the better artists in the genre. So song-wise, is it another song you want to jump into before we get to the rap shit?
Let's go to Herbert.
Okay. And Okay. Number 15. No, not number 15. Yeah, 14. My bad. Okay, and on Herbert, this was him really just bearing, just discussing like himself, like on a deeper level. Like, of course, the song is self-titled Herbert, but he started off, they'll never understand Herbert Anthony. It's our divine birthright to heal, belong, and feel empowered. They're just now understanding me. They'll never understand Herbert Anthony. How I handle trying to battle my insanity. How I play dodgeball without a vanity. How I share light like charity. How I kept the fear of God and humanity. And with this was also where I was saying that he understands and he like holds dear like what he feels like his role is. I feel like he understands it. He sees himself as a person who is actively intent to do God's work through music. And kind of like from the Bible, like Jesus wasn't in church. He was amongst the common folk.
Right.
You know what I mean? So that's kind of how he seems to look at it. And that's in the eye of the beholder. But as long as he feels like that and he has good intent, like who's the judge?
And I really like how he used Kendrick on here when he was like, "Are you in your feelings for sure?" When he's singing in the background.
Also, that was Kendrick?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I was wondering.
I looked up the credits on it. Yeah, and it's a Kendrick credit on there. So I really like how he did that. And another part I really like about this is this his actual sister?
I think so. I don't see why not.
Okay. Yeah, because like when she started off her verse, she was like,
"Oh, you talking about they did the spoken word? They asked him was he fucking with it?" Now I don't know. I don't know, but
it's hard. She was like, legally blind, and 2, it heightened the 3rd. I watch his vision improve.
Yes,
bro.
Yes.
Like,
yes. Yes, sir. She went stupid.
He addressed, even in this song, he addressed that how he was losing vision in his corneas. He had to, eventually probably going to have to get new eyesight. And I think that's a good way to play on that, because in the event of him starting to lose or need work on his eyes, he was so introspective on his album that his third eye opened up, and he was able to take himself to a new level in terms of artistry and probably just in his life in general.
Yeah.
And that allowed his vision to improve, becoming more one with itself.
Yeah. Yeah. Because you can see inside, you know what I mean? Like, yeah. Yeah. You said, I was trying to piggyback, but it ain't nothing to say. You said that perfectly.
Like she went crazy.
Because that's what my last little theme was. Like, self-awareness brings about the greatest chance at happiness. And I feel like this is his journey to that. Understanding all of the sides and angles of him, and bringing them all together, accepting himself for all that he is, and being able to move forward with that at peace, So, are you ready?
Bro, I'm excited. Bro, let's go to Good Man, bro. Like, that's what my bar started on Good Man.
Go ahead.
Bro, this shit is so crazy. Like, he said, you may have heard of Jack and Jill, but we not healing.
Fire.
Niggas still packing steel. Man, we need to stop tripping. Why throw your block up if you not building?
Yeah.
And the streets keep watching every step I take. They want to chop it up with soul like the old Kanye.
Yeah.
The angle with an angle, the demon that means well. Rewrite history, then sell it for retail.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Bruh, that's so tough, because that's clearly a double. Because I like how basically he addressed Kanye's career in like 3 bars, because I want to chop it up with soul like the old Kanye.
Okay.
And, Kanye West is always dealing with the angel, the demons here on this side, and God. So I look at it as he thinks of himself as an angel with an angle, which means he has a message he always wanted to convey to the music industry. But most people that don't understand Kanye, they view him as a demon. So the demon that means well. But Kanye has done so much outside of music that he's rewrote history. Then that history that he didn't rewrote, he resell it for retail.
And it also could apply to Ab Soul. Like, it's because the title of his last album was Do Without Wilt. Yeah. So some people may look at him from a slanted view. So it's like, it's this weird place that you're in. It's like they look at me, but they don't know how to view me, kind of. Like, it's like damned if you do, damned if you don't type thing. It's like, okay, I'm talking this, so it's like, okay, they see me like as an angel with an angle. So it's like I'm not all the way pure. Like I have an ulterior motive. Yeah. Or if I'm on this side and they look at me as mostly bad, trying to do something good, like you said, the devil that means well, or the demon that means well. Kind of like we like the message, but not the messenger type shit. So it's like we're not going to fully receive it and to rewrite history and sell it for retail. I kind of look at that like just being introspective about your life, you know what I'm saying? And you rewriting it from your perspective.
And resell it for retail.
Yes, sir.
Oh, that's hard. That's hard.
Like, Ab Soul, like, and that's not even a crazy bar. It's just
fire, bro.
Yeah, and that's what this is littered with. Just
bro, Jack and Jill, but we not healing.
I had that as one of my lines. You took both of my lines from Good, bro.
Bro, like, because that's a crazy double. Because I think it's, what do you call it? A homophone?
Yeah, I think a homophone. Yeah,
yeah, because healing.
Yeah.
Because you can use healing in the sense that because he addresses
Jack and Jill go up the hill, but we not healing, man.
Like, and then like man, we still packing steel. Man, we need to stop tripping because we always resort to violence. So we not healing.
Yeah.
But then they going up. That's tough, bro. And then let's see, on Good Man, that's the one that I had that really stuck out on that one. And then on Fallacy,
okay,
I had 2 on Fallacy. And shout out to Hit Boy, bro. I'm gonna keep saying this. I'm gonna keep saying this shit. Yeah, like. Every chance I get, every time I hear something from Hit Boy, like, I'm just gonna keep, because I feel as though you deserve your flowers, bro. Like, you really do. Like, you ain't missed, bro. I'm just being honest.
That shit was hard. And it was like, it's just, he just got his own sound. It just sounds so polished and refined, kind of. Yeah. It almost sounds like modern classical hip hop, kind of. You know what I mean? Like especially from like the Nas collab projects, and now it's just it's just like he got it on a string. Like he can just make this spectacular sounding type music. It's almost like.
And it sound different every time.
It's like the younger brother to. Not the younger brother, but like the brother to the type of sonics that Rick Ross used.
Okay.
It's just it's like a gently more polished version. It's not as loud and brash. It's just more calm, smooth, polished, and well put together, kind of.
Yeah.
But what I got on Fallacy, what he said, loyal to the soil, that manure shit. That's probably why they dying for my newer shit. Before SZA was my sister, I hit different with my approach.
Yeah.
I need a Billy and to be mentioned with Ghost. Like, bruh.
Make history with the lyrics I wrote. In my mind, you don't know I don't use writing utensils.
Yeah.
Esco once said, hip hop is dead. I must be a mummy rapping my ass off, bro.
Yeah.
That's how you scheme, bro.
Yeah.
That's how you scheme, bro.
Yeah.
Bro, that's tough. Yeah,
and it's so much. We talked about message in a bottle earlier, but I want to go through some of these lines before we get too far away from it. He said, "Try to hydroplane in God's rain, amen."
I did hear that. Yeah,
rain, homophone, double entendre, because it's also it's a double entendre.
Yeah,
don't ask me how.
Yeah, no, you said it. You said it.
Where we at? Stereo burial. You very venereal. I'ma set you men straight. Water runs deep. You better fill your pail. Your bucket will get kicked the minute you inhale, and then you can admit you really live in hell. Bruh. Oh man, the waters run deep. You better fill up your pail. So it's like when people say like my cup runneth over. So it's like he could be giving you like the waters could be a metaphor in this instance for the gems and jewels, the life he's giving you, and that water runs deep, the waters of the soul or whatever. And I'm giving wow. The waters of the soul run deep. You better fill your pail. Or because your bucket will get kicked the minute you inhale, like, bro. And then you can admit you really live in hell, bro. This is hard, bro. Like, he really had a lot of homophone use in here, and like allowed it to like tell multiple. He was turning homophones into double entendres on some really cool, calm shit.
Like if you were not paying attention, you're not
guessing this shit,
you would
bro.
Clearly miss that shit.
Here go one that I know a lot of people will be like, "Oh, this is the hardest bar on the album." Like the people who don't be really listening. Stand on top of the subject like a CC.
Yeah,
fire. But
it's not
and to all my people who work in offices, that should have been one of the ones. Like
I caught that immediately.
But this was probably the hardest bar on this song to me. 1,000,000 clicks ahead of your penmanship, bruh.
Come on, bruh, catch up.
And then also on top of that, a click is like a form of measurement in C.
Yeah.
Ahead of your penmanship, man. Absol's going crazy, bro. I'm just. What do I want to go to next, bro?
Well, I had one more fallacy.
Go ahead.
It ain't nowhere near as like that, but I just still thought it was hard. He was like, "Cause it was all a dream, I swear. The big homie told me to stay on my square. The only way I let the hood down is if the engine got repaired."
Yeah,
bro, that's so hard to me. Yeah. Like what?
And then he did a lot of like pausing to let beat, like let bars sink in. But he also ran through a lot of them. Like for instance, on No Report Card.
Yeah,
I knew I would be on BET. Now I think I might BET.
Yeah, I caught that. Yeah.
You need to broaden your horizon. Look your girl with you, but who are eyes on. I ain't from Atlanta, but I had to earn paper, boy. Fire. Soul just caught another body. That's reincarnation. It's just if I keep stopping, it's just gonna be like I'm saying the same thing over and over. But You got any from No Report Card?
Not No Report Card. I do got a couple from Gotta Rap though.
Okay. Yeah, we'll just bounce back and forth from like the top to the bottom.
Yeah, like on one of them, I got, he said, what a crown of thorns for sport. I'm just waiting for a stone to hit me.
Yes.
Relationship on the rocks. My family all concerned.
That's from Herbert. I mean, not Herbert. That's from Gotta Do Better. I mean, do better.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna go back to that. I'm sorry, I read the wrong one. Okay, Gotta Rap. Blacking out until I'm out of melanin, meaning that it never ends. You a pharmacist out of medicine. I'm holding weight like a skeleton. I'm holding weight. You just a skeleton, bruh. That's tough. My lyrics will live in memory. Destination is destiny. Every record's a felony, a long-term legacy. Cause there's definitely no stopping him. Just keeping in the book. I'm on one George Washington. Mm-hmm. And what really made me go back to that, every record's a felony, the long-term legacy. Because when you pull up somebody's record, if they got a felony, you know what I'm saying? Like that's gonna be their long-term legacy. But you see what I'm saying? Like
hard.
Like
it's gonna stick with them forever.
Exactly. Like that's so tough, bro. And then like he had another one.
I'm a celestial, not a fucking celebrity.
Yeah, that was one I had.
My pool of thought will probably drown Aquaman. Mm-hmm. Treat an instrumental like I treat oxygen. Mm-hmm. Had the 87 Chevy Celebrity. That mean we're the same age. The synergy is heavenly. Rolling through my city in a rush. On university so much, I should at least have an AA. And this the part that I got to where I was like, bro, this shit is so hard. I just put hold your horses to Soul Don't Die, but I'm gonna run through it. Hold your horses. I'll be forced to get the ketamine. I've been ready since 17. Watching Thrones.
I got that too. Go ahead.
Watching Thrones, although most kings get the guilloutine. The prophecy is Celestine. I'm wide awake. I'm still a dream. I gotta eat, but still got. But hold on, but still, it seems pigs start yelling freeze when you bring the bacon to the table like Jimmy Dean. Part is over. Hold the silly string. I even tried suicide, and I don't know why. I know better than most that the soul don't die, bruh. I was like. This shit is so hard, bro.
Took a leap, shattered my leg, and lost some teeth, and I'm still standing behind every word I speak.
Pete. Man,
come on.
The fact that he was able to, well, of course he was able to do his niggas absol, but still, like, talk about the shattering the legs and the losing the teeth, and still bring that into the next line about standing on the words he speak, bro.
That was definitely one of the ones I had for sure. Like he went crazy on this side. Like, and I had the Jimmy Dean one. I had basically that whole shit you just had.
The movement is still intelligent.
Let's go to let's see. Let's go to Go Off.
This is one that that tripped me out because of course I just had a baby. Well, I didn't have a baby, but my wife did. Mm-hmm.
This one Gotta Rap?
Nah, on Go Off.
Okay.
Get your bag, baby. That's placenta. That was hard, bro. And then Big Sean did have some bars on her. Like the other bars that I got was straight from Big Sean verse. Yeah. Back against the same ropes they want to lynch me with.
No, you gotta, bro. Stone Cold 316 when I'm entering. Back against the same ropes they want to lynch me with. Yeah. Bro, you gotta add the Stone Cold in there with me. Yeah, bro. Like don't. Come on, bro.
Be my crutch, man. Don't let me fall, bro. What he said, judge handing out life sentences, no wonder they call it the pen. Mm-hmm. Me and Soul kin like Anakin, bro. No, he said me. What he said? Yeah, me and Soul kin like Anakin, bro.
Y'all want success all at once. I'll take mine in increments. They playing with my name like I gave their ass the password to go log into it.
But this me and Soul kin like Anakin, bro. I know you know.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
but. Bro, that's a line I would never expect from Big Sean. Mm-hmm. A Han Solo line?
Yeah, I believe it.
I just wouldn't expect it from him.
Why not?
Not the fact that it's not that I don't think he would. I just don't see the nigga watching Star Wars, bro.
I do see. That's what I'm saying.
Enough for him to get in, but bro.
I do see.
I got a Han Solo line. So what you think about it? so. Because you know he ain't saying yeah, no, he just so.
I definitely see Big Sean Walker.
I didn't expect that one. That one like caught me, threw me for a loop. Shout out to Big Sean, man.
It really hurt seeing that last rocket take off. Houston, we got a problem.
Yeah.
I see half the rap game talk about all the violence and how we got to stop it. Then on the verse later talk about how they slide down to all they outs like it ain't no other options. Like they don't know no other topics.
Bring their ass to the flow, Sean. Bring these hypocrite ass niggas to the flow.
Talk to these niggas, bro.
Niggas always talking about stop the violence and then get right back on the song talking about slide.
Yeah,
like,
man.
bro, like, it's really some other shit y'all can talk about.
Like, I swear,
really
bro.
is.
And
I promise you it is.
And if it's not, I mean, try something else. Do some other music or just stop rapping.
Nigga, start selling Tommy Hilfiger or something. Like, do brand deals. Like, it's definitely other shit to rap about, bro. I promise you it is. I promise you it is. And it's like, you don't have to stop that completely if that's not what you want to do.
Right.
I just hope you're aware of the weight that it carries when you kicking this to the masses. But also, like, just try a little bit of variety.
Yeah.
You'll be okay. What song you want to go to next? Because obviously we already 40 minutes in. We're not going to be able to get to all of them.
Yeah. I mean, which one? You got another one?
This is probably my favorite bar from the whole album. My name must be Abraham Lincoln, bitch. I'm innocent.
Yeah.
Bruh, that's probably my favorite bar.
Honest Abe.
I just love how he presented it. And then on also on Hollandaise, like towards the back, he was like, he envisioned seeing a whole bunch of fans with their hands up. And he was like, henceforth, he stole the show. Like it was a sticker. Man, come on, bro.
Oh, I ain't even catch that.
Come on, bro. What else? Gang and them. I'm just gonna run through a couple.
Shout out to Short Dawg, man. I'm glad he had
did
it.
Snap. He did snap, bro.
I didn't realize he changed his name, but like I just like Short Dawg like from my younger years.
He was definitely bar heavy on Young Money.
Yeah, when he was with Young Money, bro, Short Dawg was that nigga, bro.
He was definitely bar heavy. I just think it wasn't a lot of separation between what they did and what Wayne did, and Wayne was just so great.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it was like just if another nigga came up under Kendrick trying to rap just like Kendrick, it's like, it's not gonna do the same thing. That's why him and Baby Kim made such a good combination. But the nigga said, needle and thread in my head, I'm a string theorist. Man, bro. Everything is connected and we are the seamstresses. What else? From Church on the Move, I trim the fat, still tip the scale. If I my face, don't make me go against the grain. I ate my Wheaties, I'm good. Gave her a shot, now she giving me top in the drop, but I'm not a Kennedy. From Moon Shooter, I was the donkey of the day, now I'm on my high horse.
Yeah.
Bucket. This was another line that hit me, like how you said, like this one sat with me. The more you honor somebody, the more you judge them. Bruh, like that shit like hit so close to home for me because just like the older you get, the more you start to feel like you can look at people like eye to eye. So like a lot of the shit that they've been able to shield from you or like keep you away from due to you being a child surfaces to a point where you can like see beyond the veil of who they were to you growing up. And it's just like, damn, bro, like, or just like in regular relationships, like when you hold somebody to such a high level of esteem
and they let you down.
Yes, bro. It's like damn, bro, like and I was telling my wife earlier, like it's that thing also with like don't meet your heroes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Even though that wasn't directly what he was talking about in this, but I just took it that mean.
Like I'd rather just take the lie.
Yeah, because it's like once you find out, it kill a part of you, but also it's a part of you that you shouldn't have in some respects, especially with like celebrities and shit like that, because they like,
just people like us.
Yeah, it's like idolatry for real. So it's just like just look at them like people who are really good at a specific thing and not idolize them for what they do, you know. Just uphold the work. You know what I mean? But I think that's all the bars I got, bro.
Well, I mean, on Do Better is two of them.
Oh yeah. Go ahead.
I did want to address the one where he was talking about the survivor's guilt.
Yeah.
When he was like, I wear the crown of thorns for sport. I'm just waiting for the stone to hit me.
Yes, sir.
Relationship on the rocks. My family all concerned. My homie still on the block, getting it off the curb. But I'm stricken by survivor's guilt, getting it off for words. Like, but
come on, Herb. And he also said from there, he said, ride the tide, don't fight with the current that guided you. Melt the ice around the furnace burning inside of you.
Bruh, that's the one I was gonna say. Like that really, like this song in general, it just kind of like I took it as him trying to get himself out of that depression that he was in. It was almost like a chant to just basically get up, get up, get up. And that verse right there, what you just said, those bars, like that's what kind of just like it just hit me personally because I have like those same insecurities in the sense that I do feel as though like. Outside of the people that I really rock with, like I'm very much closed off. Yeah. So you melt that ice around that. You know what I'm saying? It's just,
and then he had another one that I didn't write down. Another homophone. Depressed, don't want to get out of bed, but also depressed, don't want to get out of bed. Just going deeper into this, like really just down on myself, like down on my look. He had lost his best friend Dolberger, rest in peace to him. He's still grappling with the not guilt, but the grief, of losing his girl from like I think like 2010, 2011. He made a song about it on Control System. I think it's called Book of Soul. Yeah. He was like, I love you in a place where there's no space and time. Like, so it's like he just got a lot, on his heart, and it's heavy, and it can put you in a state of depression for real, where you don't want to do nothing. But like he said, it's nothing that I can do that I can't do better.
That's literally all I was about. Yeah.
Yeah. Ab-Soul really, he put his foot in this album.
I gotta do better. I gotta do better. I gotta do better. There's nothing
that was so hard, bro. Go ahead.
Yeah, bro. Like I gotta do better. I gotta do better. I gotta do everything in my power to try to do what gotta do. Ride the tide. Don't fight the current that guided you. Melt the ice around the furnace of the burning that's inside of you. I gotta do better. I gotta do better. I guided you better. There's nothing that you can do that I can't do better. Better yet, there's nothing that I can't do better. Yeah, I'm better. I said I'm better.
It's like he's just standing in the mirror talking to himself. Yeah. That nigga said, I guided you better than this. Like, he really checking himself. He telling himself, like, bro, like, I've gained the knowledge for our life to be better than this. Yeah. Or our perspective on life to be better than this. Like, come on, man. Wake the fuck up. Like,
I think that's what got me. He said, I gotta do better. I gotta do better. I guided you better. Like, I was just like, what?
Because Apple weak ass, and that's like the pro and con of like trying to follow it through the lyrics on these what's the names, because a lot of times they don't be coming from the artist. So I know when I heard I guided you better, I thought that's what he said, but on the what's the name, he kept saying I gotta do better. I was like, so when you said, I was like, oh yeah, okay, all right, and then it just opens up a different way of viewing that last part of that verse. Yeah, man. Ab-Soul like went so crazy, bro, and it's just like this album. It's just, in short, the process that one goes through, admitting and, coming to grips with all of the things that's holding them back from being the truest version of themselves on both sides, whether, because everybody has at least two sides to themselves, like what they do and who they are. And he's just trying to bring them to make a peaceful marriage so he can have those two sides coexist and move forward, being who he wants to be and who he sees himself as, regardless of how people view him. Bro, it was so many bars, bro.
I mean, we're not gonna be able to get to all of them. Like, those are just the ones I just wanted to highlight, but it was still more that I just didn't have time to like type out and like structure in my shit. But yeah, I shout out to Ab-Soul, man. Like, I appreciate you being so vulnerable on this project, but you did it in a way that's really digestible. Like, it's not so gut rich and to the point where it makes you uncomfortable that you just can't, listen to it. Like, it still has a bop to it, but at the same time, you really getting your shit out. So I respect it. Like, I really do. And if it takes, you taking time off, because as consumers, like granted, yeah, we control for the most part their lives in a sense because we consume the content they put out. But at the same time, if trying to keep up with that is killing you, that means it's going to hurt the art, which means it's going to hurt what people consume in the sense that you're going to lose them. So if you need to take that time to give us a complete body of work or just time to get through your shit. I mean, Kendrick said it perfectly. Like, well, what he said on dang.
Sorry I couldn't save the world, my friend. I was too busy building mine again.
Yeah, like
I choose me inside.
So like I really appreciate. Shout out to Absol, shout out to TDE. I mean, these is two because I think these came out like back to back,
a week behind each other.
So yeah, so the fact that people were waiting on it and y'all delivered, kudos to y'all for real, man. It's, I mean, I know Kendrick and his situation, but I still kind of count that TDE.
It was a joint venture with TDE and PG Lang, so it was still a TDE. That was his last album on TDE.
Did Baby King come out last year, or was that the year before?
Well, Baby King is signed to PG Lang, but he came out in 21.
Okay, well, TDE was 3 for 3 last year.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, because Isaiah Rashad dropped in 21 too.
Yeah.
Speaking of, I just got his vinyl in the mail. Hey, Isaiah Rashad, thank you. I saw you at the concert and I asked you and you told me you ain't know. I'm glad that you finally figured that out. I appreciate that. Thank you for the vinyl and you signed it. I also appreciate that.
Oh, he signed it?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Absol, Herbert, great album, bro. Continue to just continue on your journey of like coming into even more understanding of yourself as a man and who you are as an artist. This album is great because you chose to give us you. Yeah. The artistry has always been there. So like giving the people, you know, something that they can grasp onto on a deeper level than theories, and just, you know, giving them your life story in a way that so many people can resonate and relate to. I feel like this has the ability to be, when it's all said and done, your best project from the ones that you put out if you was to stop today. Control System is an amazing project, but this is incredibly special too. So who's to say how we look at this in a year? So yeah, man, just continue to, you know, to do what you've been doing. Hopefully it doesn't take 6 years again. Top, get on his ass. But yeah, just continue to respect the craft, because that's what I truly feel like you showed on this, ending it with a primo beat. So yeah, man, like I said, just continue to respect the craft, continue to push forward, and present yourself in the light that you want to be shown and respected as. And you know, the fans not really gonna have too much of a choice because the music speaks for itself. So, you know, just stay outside, get on tour and run the fuck out this album, and get it out to as many people as you can, because it's one of those that deserves to be listened to multiple times, because not only did you leave so many breadcrumbs through the bars, like the tone of it, the people that you brought in to speak on your behalf, and issue stuff to the people that you probably, you know, that helps you say what you need to say and have more impact. All of that was truly appreciated. So yeah, man, just keep doing what you're doing. Hopefully we'll see you in 2024, 2025 or something, maybe not 2030. And go on to it, man. We want to see your ass, man. No homo.
The artifact with all the facts. Dodger cap in my Dodger cap.
Fire. What was that on?
Gotta rap.
Oh, yeah.
I like to call myself the gotta rap.
Really,
but
I just gotta rap.
Holla back.
And I like, was that on Gotta Rap when he was quoting Wayne? Should I already be a legend if I ever leave? Was that on Gotta Rap?
I think so.
Yeah, man. Like when I heard it at first, I was like, is that Jay? No, that's Wayne. Like, so yeah, that just, for me, like growing up, like that Wayne was like extremely important to like my adolescent years. So shout out to you on that too. But yeah, you got anything else?
I mean, I definitely go and comb and find something, but I think we good, bro.
All right. Thank y'all for tuning in to another episode of DeCypher. This is the second of 3, possibly 4 episodes, like on this TDE wave that we on right now. Follow us on Facebook on DeCypher Media Group. Follow us on Instagram, DeCypher Media Group. Subscribe to the YouTube, which is where you're seeing this right now.
We are DeCyphered.
Yes, and we are available anywhere you can find podcasts under DeCypher Media Group. We appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for the support, and until next time, peace.